Alright, we got our small little hydro tank roared up, ready to go. We got the correct temperature water in here. We already did most of the trim pieces for this job that we're working on. So we got 2 more left. We're just going to tag team them together. So I'm going to grab the film, lay it in the water, spray it with the chemicals, and give her the dip. We just take the damage off a little bit. That way we'll get the film that's right farther than we want. Alright, so hydrate right on time. Parts get sprayed with a special paint that chemically bonds with the hydrofilm. It's basically just a film with a painted pattern on it, and if you use regular paint, it negatively reacts with the film, so you gotta spray it with a special paint. So these have already been prepped. This is gonna be a black brushed metal, and the customer asked for a black pinstripe, so we went off and taped a little pinstripe on there, so that way when it's all done, he'll have a black pinstripe.
It'll be like a strawberry cake with whipped cream icing. Would you eat something like that rather than a yellow cake with chocolate frosting?
I'll give it a try. So now this got to go in, got to rinse off all the goo. The activator essentially just melts away the film, and that's all that's left is the ink pattern on the water. So there's a little goo on this, so these need to get rinsed off. And when they're completely dry, they'll go through a flow coat with that high gloss clear with all those other parts. Right, we got our clear coat mixed up here and in our gun and our little spray cup. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna clear all those trim and another random part we're doing for somebody. And that'll be a flow coat. So in a couple of days, once that's cured, we're gonna go ahead and sand that down with 800 grit, get it perfectly smooth before we matte clear them. These are the trim for the door and the dash. The customer asked us to do a brushed metal that was kind of black and would match, so we used a black base coat with a brushed aluminum hydrographic pattern, and he also wanted a black pinstripe, so we even did a pinstripe. We did these in a high gloss here in the booth the other day, and that cured, and we still have a little bit more sanding to go, but we always like to do the high gloss when you do a matte clear coat, because that way with matte you only do 1 or 2 thin coats, so we want that volume for the protection that a clear coat's supposed to give. So then we sand it down to make it smooth. So you can see here we still have a little more sanding to go. That's not that big a deal, but then these will get a 10 to 15% matte clear coat finish. And then we can put these trim back on the door. We plastic weld those back on with the original spots. And this customer also wanted 2 of our brand new window switch covers, so we did those as well. Those guys are right here. And unfortunately, I got a little wild when I was doing this. I messed it up and got too crazy with the sandpaper. So that's on me, but now I have to redo these 2 parts. But these are our window switch covers. They're brand new. Not newly available, but just a brand new part. They're actually 1 millimeter thicker than the originals, and these are a nylon carbon fiber plastic. It's a high strength material, high impact resistance. These are direct replacements. Originally, we just have them black with the pad printed lettering on here, but since this customer wanted the pattern, we sand all that off. But we have these for every configuration from 92 to 97 Ford trucks and Bronco. Whether it be a 2-door with and without power mirror, 4-door with and without power mirror, passenger door, and we even have the ones for the rear doors. These are really, really high quality parts, direct replacement, nylon, carbon fiber, plastic. But anyway, I gotta redo these tomorrow. If I was any more excited about it, it would be ridiculous, because now that's my problem. And here's his other one here. One of his dash trim. The other dash trim is over there, sitting over there, so I gotta do that still. Alright, so we got the armrest made up for this job. We custom make these. We can make them for any vehicle. We do have templates for the OBS Ford truck because we do make so many of them. And we have a few other pairs we got to make here for a couple customers. So we're doing them all at once. We have all 3 sets made already. And we're going to cut out the foam for this. This is a 1/4-inch foam. And then they'll get an 1/8-inch foam on the side. So when these are all done, they'll have the same amount of squish that's proper for an armrest in a newer vehicle. So let's get this stuff cut out and glued up. Alright, so we got all these armrests. We went ahead and just shaped all this foam. It's a thicker foam up here than it is here. This is ready to go almost. For these armrests on this project, it's getting the same leather the inserts got. I already patterned out the leather and stitched it up, ready to roll. This is a black distressed leather, French seams, black stitching. So what we have to do now is we have to measure how wide this is, because we're going to want to shape the foam with a small channel to accommodate this seam. Otherwise, it's going to be bulky right here because of this. So I'm going to get out a pair of calipers and measure this and mark these 2 armrests and go ahead and sand a small little channel into these. Alright, hard to see, but we got the foam channels sanded in there. So let's go ahead and wrap these guys. The armrests are done, wrapped, ready to roll. We just got to install these on the doors, and then we can finish everything else up for this project. Nice French seams. Beautiful Italian black distressed leather. These are direct replacements. We do sell custom armrests. We have templates and everything to make these because we sell so many of them. And they're direct replacements. They just use the 6 original mounting points in the back. And we can make armrests for pretty much any vehicle, as long as we have an original to go off of. What I like about the armrests we make for these OBS trucks is I'm a small person, so this makes a big deal to me, let alone the average sized adult, is the space that you can actually rest your arm on if you want to is a little bit more usable than the original ones. The original ones had a horrible shape, and the pocket right here, you can actually grab this now, unlike before. So these are always a nice upgrade. A lot of people like to switch over to these. You can order them right on our website, or a lot of time we always just go ahead and do this when customers ask about it, when they have parts here for work. Oh yeah. And let's not forget that this screw here, vehicles that have screws that go through the door like that are not to hold on the armrest. That is for the support bracket in the door, so if you do pull on the door using the armrest, the panel doesn't bow out and damage over time. These screws here, well, those holes, are where the screws go to hold on the armrest. So any vehicle with a screw that goes down through the finger pocket, it's not holding the armrest on. It's just to support the middle of the door so it doesn't bow when you close it. We have a lot of customers get very, very upset about that. It kind of amazes me, and they don't care to learn. They just try to argue. And then, you know, that's that deal, but... Yep, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna slap these on these doors here. Well, this project's done, all wrapped up. This is what they look like now. Black distressed leather. Black French seam. Black brushed metal with a black pinstripe and a matte clear coat finish. We repaired some cracks in here. We rebuilt all of this appropriately. Repaired. There was some cracks in here we repaired. Brand new brushing in here. Some nice black carpet. Here's the other one. We think the customer is going to be very happy with these. And for the finishing touch, we're going to put the window switch covers on. We just wanted to show you guys all this nice repaired area in here. Alrighty. See if I can make this work here, one hand. There we go. We're going to grab a screw for that guy. And then this is new hardware too, which we send with the doors, the screws as well. Struggling at life with one hand. There we go. Look at that. Brand new armrests, we custom made those. That brushing that's brand new looks really good. This coloring will not chip, peel, crack, or wipe off with chemicals, unlike every other product that is accessed to the public. Here's the back side. We're just going to show you the one because they're both the same. Brand new padding. We put new cloth behind here. Added our little finishing touch there. We put that on parts that we work on. That whole rear lip got fixed and repaired. That's super strong. Up in there got fixed. If you need interior repair for any vehicle, give us a shout on our website, cardesigns.com. If you need parts for OBS Ford trucks, go to obsinteriors.com. That's cardesigns.co, I'm sorry, not .com, that's .co, cardesigns.co. We work on any vehicle, plastic repairs, upholstery repairs, hydrographics, discounted shipping assistance, rendering services, leather repair. Hit us up.